Hey y'all, it's Hans. Welcome back again this week. So we are taking a look and we're doing the full review of the brand new Envision Halo LR. As you know, we've talked about this a lot on the Late Night Vision show. We've already done the review of the 25mm scope, the Halo scope previously, and now I've had a chance to use this out in the field for the last 3 weeks. So what we're going to do, we're going to take a look at the scope. We're going to do the walk around. We're going to do the specs. You're going to get to see video of some hogs and deer at different ranges, and really put this thing to the test. I've done it for the last 3 weeks, and this is something that highly anticipated scope. They've talked about this rivaling the Trigicon, the Reap IRs, this one most comparable to the Reap IR, the 60mm. So we're going to take a look at it. Right now we're going to go over the specs, then you'll get to see some videos with it. So the specs on this scope, just taking a look at it, looking around the scope, you can see it's got a 50mm objective lens on it. It's a big old lens, and I tell you, it produces a very beautiful image. Now it runs on 4 CR123A batteries. As you know, the Trigicons run on 2. This one runs on 4. Really, the battery weight, the additional 2 extra battery weight is not very noticeable, but it gives you longer runtime, and that's the good thing about it. You can also run, an external battery pack on this if you want some additional power, or you can run an MDVR out of the video out port. But for CR123A batteries, it does have a eyepiece diopter focus right here on the front. You turn this dial. And it has an internal focus, so it's not a similar to what you see on the objective lens where the objective lens dial turns. It is done all internally through the settings. Really, it's got a standard eyepiece cup that you see on all the thermal scopes. Some people take them off. Looking here at the buttons, you've got your regular on-off button, your calibrate button, menu button. Obviously, these buttons do a wide variety of different things. But once you go into the menu, you can adjust the brightness, the contrast. Really, I'm going to say this scope is much easier to use and set up than the Trigicon. I've used them both quite a bit, and Envision has really done a great job in laying out the best preferred options and settings for this scope. It's a very the quick user manual guide that they put together. It's like a 4-piece little laminated card set. It tells you what the preferred settings are. From there, you can play with them and make them a little bit better. But you can do everything at night through these different settings. Very easy to find, very easy to get used to and to memorize. Like the Trigicons, this is a manual nuke. So when we say nuke in the night vision world, in the thermal world, that means you're recalibrating the screen or improving the images. As you leave the thermal on, and you let it stay on for a long period of time, the image will get a little bit more grainy, and they'll produce some lines in the eyepiece or in the scope. To get rid of that and to clean all that up, we do something what's called nuke. And when you nuke on this one, you close the lens cap, you hold and press that button for just a couple seconds, and it automatically refreshes, and then you open the lens cap back up, and it's ready to go again. So you can leave that going for quite a bit of time before you have to re-nuke it. But once you turn it on for the first time, you've got to manually nuke the scope, which is the same thing you got to do for all the Trigicons. The Halo LR has the standard viewing modes. It's got the white hot, it's got the black hot, it's got the edge detect. Again, I know I keep referencing Trigicon, but it's very similar to Trigicon, and very, I don't want to say basic, because it's not basic, because this produces a beautiful image. It's a 640 by 480 resolution, 12 micron scope. It's got the BAE core, again, is the same as the Trigicon. And this scope was designed, obviously, to rival that of the biggest name in the industry. And when I say biggest, I mean probably the one that produces some of the more quality scopes in the business. And it is reflected in the price in the Trigicons. Now, the price on this scope, $7,495, which comparable to like the Reap, the 60mm Reap. That one is $9,500. This one's about $2,000 cheaper. So you're getting a lot for the money, and you're getting a little bit of a discount with that Halo. Envision as a company has been around for about 15 years. They may sound new, but they've been in the business 15 years working in law enforcement, military, on that side of the industry. They've just now got into the consumer hunting side with their thermal products. And so, that might be why you haven't heard the name Envision, but they've been around for quite a bit, producing very high quality thermal. The scope, although it looks pretty big, it's not that heavy at all. They've really compacted everything in a very good size scope. And it, like I said, produces a very good thermal image. Very happy with the performance of this scope now. Like I said, I've been using it for a few weeks, taking it out just about every night in that few weeks, and got a chance just to look around, play around with it in different conditions. It is spring here in Texas, so if you're watching this video right now, it's April 2019. You could get 90-degree weather or you could get 30-degree weather, and I've taken it out in a mixture of both. I've taken it out in some colder weather, some warmer weather, some very high humidity nights, and some fog. I'm very happy with the way that it's performed. And like I've said in the past, if you see a scope on this channel and you wonder, well, Hans doesn't always, have a lot of bad things to say about scopes, it's really because we're taking a look at the best out there on the market. We're not going to review stuff that we don't feel like is quality enough for the viewers and something that we can't feel comfortable and confident about suggesting to you. So same as the Late Night Vision Show podcast, all the stuff that we talk about is top-notch stuff, and it continues here on the HansETX channel. So again, we're going to take a look at some videos, some more videos, and also we're going to do what I like about the scope and what I don't like about the scope. Are they? They're cats. Take a shot.
You go ahead, you got the longer reach.
There you go.
You got that one.
Does it sound like it? Oh, he's running, I can see him. Let's see if he comes up that other side. Oh, there he comes out. See him?
Yeah, you hit him. Go ahead.
Oh, nice. That was a good shot. All right, so there's a lot to love about the Envision Halo LR. Again, just to recap again some of the specs, it does not have the internal video recording, similar to the Trigicon. I know I keep saying that name, but it does not have, and it's something to do with the BAE core. They're just not able to put the internal video recording in these types of scopes, but it does produce the best thermal image. This scope, along with Trigicon, that you'll find on the market. The best thing about this is, and one of my likes, obviously, is the price point. $7,495 sounds like a lot of money. It is, but when you compare it to a similar and comparable scope that is a couple $1,000s more expensive, it makes this even look like a better deal. So I think it has a beautiful image. The 640 resolution, the BAE core produces a great image. It's got a very high quality American Defense quick detach mount on it, as you can see. It's got a one throw lever on there. You can take it on and off, and it returns the scope back to zero. It holds very well, holds true. Sighted the scope in a few shots. So the menu process is another one of my likes. Very quick and easy to go through the menu to set it up. Envision has done a great job. They have not overcomplicated the process, and they made what some people see as something very complicated as far as operating a thermal scope. They've made it as easy as possible with their quick guide, instruction guide, and the setup process. Very easy to do. You'll have this scope out of the box and running on your rifle in a very short amount of time. Other than the price point, the one of the highest quality picture images that you're going to find around there, the easy setup system, sight-in process. Those are my biggest likes about the scope. I really only have one dislike, and the only dislike that I have is that it doesn't have the internal video recording. And I will say it until I turn blue in the face. I'm just not a fan of scopes that don't include that. And for obvious reasons, this scope cannot include an internal video recording. For a lot of you out there, that doesn't matter. You just want to go out there and shoot hogs, or you don't mind having an MDVR hooked up to your scope, which through the video out port, which plugs right in here, you can hook this scope up to an MDVR and you can record video. No problem at all. I just prefer to have it in there. And as we know with Trijicon and with Envision Halos, they cannot include an internal video recording. It has nothing to do with price. It doesn't have anything to do with just trying to stay at a certain price level. It is all about the fact that they can't put the internal video recording in the BAE core system set up. Way over my head. I'm not even going to try to explain it, but that's kind of why it's like that. Other than that, I don't have any dislikes. I think it performed flawlessly. Again, a great picture image. One thing I did fail to mention is the magnification level. It's a base of a 3.5 base magnification. It's a 4x digital zoom on it. And, all of my shots are usually taken between 50 and 100 yards. I was concerned. I thought that 3.5 magnification was going to be too high. It was not. Honestly, I don't believe that it is a 3.5 base magnification. I think it's lower than that. It doesn't feel like it's that much magnification. I thought it was perfect, actually. And I'm not going to guess to say what I think the actual magnification level is, but I don't think it's the 3.5. I just don't think it's that high. It doesn't feel that high. They say that you can detect out to 22 or 2,000 yards thermal detection with this. I didn't test it that far. I don't really have that many wide open spaces to look at, but I don't doubt that one bit. IDing animals out to 800 yards would be no problem with this at all. I had no problem IDing a hog or a deer. It just wasn't an issue at all. So those are the magnification levels. And that's the Envision Halo LR, $7,495. You can find these at OutdoorLegacyGear.com. You can call Jason at 877-350-1818. Get you taken care of. We talked about this a lot again on the Late Night Vision Show. You can go find that channel on YouTube under the name The Late Night Vision Show. You can go check out the review videos there where we've talked about the regular Halo 25mm as well as the Halo LR that we have here. And thank you all for joining me again this week. We're going to be talking a lot here coming up about the Axions, the new Pulsar handheld monoculars. There's 3 of them coming out. We're going to be reviewing them all. The Thermions, we're excited about the Thermions coming out in the summertime. We'll be testing that out. Thank you all for joining me again this week. You stay safe in the fields. Keep making them bacon pancakes. We'll see y'all next time.